All right. And we are live. This is episode 22 of the Furry Raiders podcast. I am Jolt, and I'm the chief host of the show. And joining me today is our co-host.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Candy Corn.
Next on the show is someone we haven't had in a while, Lando.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Lord Thickness coming at you again with another spicy meme. I'm the only one that went to Furrydelphia apparently.
And next, number 2 is Tenacious.
Hey up, me laddos.
You fucking fox.
Not only am I a fox, I'm also a number one enemy of vegans now since I work as a butcher.
Good.
And last of all on the show, we have Gil.
Hey guys, how is everyone doing?
What was that?
Yeah, I mean,
It's Guile being weird.
and you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Oh,
not
just
just
myself.
so forth. So, since we've got no other hiccups to deal with, I am going to preface the show by sharing with you a little item that's not handled by us, but handled by another associate of mine, and it's caused a massive reaction on Twitter. Here we go.
Coming to a fur convention near you.
Oh, nice.
It's like it's like the don't tread on me, Antifa furs fuck off, and like there's make furries great again.
And the amount of salt that this has produced has caused a collapse in world salt prices.
But the best thing is, I mean, they can put your stickers with Nazi furries fuck off, but when the other party does it, then it's a salt mine.
I seriously need one of
Exactly.
these badges. Can someone ship one to me?
I've just
you
recently
know
talked to
where?
the guy who made them. Yes, so it's
Yeah.
very much possible to get them, and he tells me they're going to be sold privately, unlike contrary to what everyone thinks that we're going to be selling them at dealers' tables. Like, can you imagine?
that would just cost too much salt. Because
Yeah, that would
the entire hotel would be
collapse
flooded.
the salt economy.
Well, think
Oh,
about
you know
the
in
opposite of what
Israel-
happened. I mean, at Anthrocon, they had the Nazi furs fuck off ribbons, but they were just giving those away, and that didn't cause any problems. People were like, "Oh, hooray! I agree with this because Nazis are bad," and blah blah blah.
I
Everyone's
remember
a
when
Nazi.
someone I'm following on Furfest got one stuck on his door, even though he's Jewish.
Oh god,
No.
no! What?
And a member of the Democratic Party.
And they did that to call him a Nazi? Are they for real?
Yeah.
Are they shitting
For
me?
real.
Wow.
He's a registered Democrat, it's a Bernie Sanders supporter, and Jewish.
My goodness, these people are crazy. I
Like,
don't know why.
you
they do
You
these
know
things.
where Nazi furs fuck off actually comes from?
What?
Ted Kennedy's.
Um,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Dead Kennedy song. Yes, you got it.
Oh,
Yeah, Nazi punks, fuck off. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
I like
yeah.
that
By
Even
the
though
way,
the only reason punks appropriated Nazi imagery was to upset the older generation.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
You know,
I
because they were
like that
boomers,
jacket.
and they wanted to upset
Oh.
their silent generation parents who lived through the war.
Yep.
I have.
So they
Huh.
would wear swastikas and things just to upset them. It wasn't because they were Nazis or anything.
Oh,
I
wow.
have another reaction to share with you, just to show you how much salt this alone has produced.
Oh,
All right, let me read it.
Let's see it.
Okay, guys, if you go to Denverco or Anycon and you see the outfurs with their anti-Nazi pins, ignore them. Don't touch them. Don't comment. Don't give them the actual
Don't
reason
touch
to
them.
complain, or we will never
No.
hear
Now
the
all I can
end
think of is
it.
MC Hammer.
You know what? That reminds me of what Mark Dice does for Brian Stelter. Whenever Mark Dice makes fun of Brian Stelter from CNN, he always makes that voice okay guys, Hello, if you see this, blah blah blah.
I just grab my
Yeah,
balls
like
and do
that,
the high pitched voice.
Like you see this, and immediately their mind goes to into full panic mode because we're gonna be passing them around.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, while they can,
what's
yeah,
wrong
well
with
they
the
can spread their own shit. I get it.
I mean,
Antifa is a
it's-
terrorist group, though. That's the thing. Antifa is
Yeah, it's
literally a
officially
terrorist-
registered as a terrorist organization by the United States.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what's wrong with
damn.
saying, "Hey, that's bad"? It's not good to beat people. Like, what's wrong with saying that? Antifa first, fuck off. Yeah.
And why
of
do they
course.
really hate litter bins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it because litter bins are their social betters?
Maybe.
Yeah. There's not a lot of logic when it comes to these people, and
I mean,
even
I
the
remember when they
Jones-
attacked the police because the police were trying to stop them setting fire to the garbage.
Yeah. They're setting
Oh,
fires
pollution.
in the streets and all this nonsense.
So much
So
for the
I
left
think-
being pro-environmentalist.
Well, being
So-
against that, I think, is a good thing, right? Like that's not a bad thing to say.
Yeah.
What's it called? You do. I've also gotten a tip from the maker of the ribbons too that you already know the plan that he was basically just to make them show their hands and to reveal the hypocrisy. That's why that little button exists.
I love it. I love it so much. It's so.
I mean, distributing them at Conspace might be sounding really iffy. Just that particular one. The other two,
Yeah.
I've got no problem with. They're amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
whenever
the,
anything has like
Make
a
Furry
first
Great
word on-
Again and the Gazan flag.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'd pin the "Make Furries Great Again" one to my MAGA hat.
Yeah, that's
Hell
fine.
yeah,
but
dude.
when it comes to curse words, like
Yeah, I legit
culture,
have a MAGA
whatever-
hat, and I wore it during the inauguration.
Oh, nice.
Where-
nice.
I should put it on during Brexit. Anyway, Jot, spill the nuts.
Yeah.
Spill.
You also noticed that somebody had the sense to get offended over the innocuous Gazan flag and the "Make Furry Great Again."
Yeah, that's
Actually,
what I
it's a
don't
triggered-
understand, though. That's what's so stupid about this. I mean, the Gadsden flag, it's literally just about joining together, and it was a symbol of the Tea Party, which was essentially saying, "Hey, our taxes are too high. We want them to be lower." That's a conservative
tread on
issue. It's not a
snack.
big deal.
And
Yeah.
how can
That's it.
like the freaking "Make Furry Great Again" thing is so freaking innocuous. It's as innocuous as that MAGA hat.
I know. It's silly. It's very silly. I don't know.
It's intellectually disabled.
Tell me that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I can't say retarded. Oh wait, I can't say that thing on YouTube anymore.
Oh, demonetized.
Ah,
Demonetized.
I now have to adult.
Yellow the piss
Now I have to
yellow
mark
button.
this stream as
Get in the
explicit.
golden shower, boys.
Oh dear God.
Okay, demonetized times 2.
Yeah. So just as a kind of a private sort of thing, these buttons, like all of these buttons, each of these designs are going to be private sold. They'll be $3.50 each with a fixed fee for postage. They're 2.25 inches in diameter.
Ooh,
Nice.
champion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I kind of want to
And,
get one just because I do.
And yeah, definitely, I'll tell you who you can contact on Telegram at Caney Lupine if you want to get your hands on one of these.
Okay.
And yeah,
Yes.
it's basically one of those. Yeah. But other than that, though, it was just hilarious. Now and then everybody was basically said this is an identifier for people who deserve to be punched in the face.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
What about the whole Nazi fur fuck off thing? Aren't those guys like Antifa?
Especially when they're targeting Jewish people.
like
Yeah,
what-
I mean,
like,
and then they can spread their stuff everywhere. There's no repercussion whatsoever, right? Now, when we
No.
do, let's say the Antifa first fuck off or make Furry Great Again, don't tread on me or whatever else would be, then it comes the entire salt mine down to us. Why? Huh?
because obviously the left has a moral high ground, and they're just better because they're
Oh yeah.
feelings
Rules for
of
thee.
homophobic and blah blah blah.
Yeah, because rules for thee, none for me. All that kind of stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
So, that said, though, I mean, it's no secret. I want the MFGA button, and probably the Gazan flag one. There we
Yeah,
go.
me too.
Dude.
Me too.
And yeah,
Like
so
a
we'll.
fucker shirt that time.
I'd
We-
like all three.
Yeah, I'll get you in touch with the guy. That said, yeah, that's the preface that I wanted to begin with.
Yeah, but
now we
Live
have
comments.
Oh, yes.
Fursuits Synax says, "Fact, Foxter is cute."
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Indeed.
Oh, by the
Implying
way,
this is not an untrue statement.
but hey, Jolt.
Yeah. Hey, what's it
Yeah,
called?
but like,
Yeah.
okay, so was it like this a bit of a backlash that people did with the design stolen, like a Foxler shirt being stolen, like, oh, you stole this shirt's design, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but this story isn't exactly what the direct comparison to what the Antifa first Stinger was. So it's just now, yeah, it's a different comparison.
Yeah.
So how many?
Anyway,
furries do we
one
have
last
right now?
live comment. Len Gilbert says Gil sounds a little bit like Dionysius.
Oh dear.
Do I sound like a fucking goat?
What? He's not even from the same country. Guile is Brazilian. Dionysius was from Lithuania.
So, let's move on to the next item of the article. Lando, this is your story. You were at Furrydelphia.
What?
Go right ahead. How'd you go?
Feel
How
all
was your
the juicy
experience?
details.
How was your
What?
experience at Furrydelphia?
It was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. So when we got there, I went with my dad because I wanted to drag him to a furry con to show him what it's all about. But when we got there,
Oh dear, dragging a parent to a furry con. I've not even fully explained what furry is to my family.
oh Lord,
Well, good on
you got a lot of
You're a
explaining to
very
do,
brave
my man.
They have
but-
not yet seen my tail.
Oh, have they now?
All right, so you brought your dad.
Oh, kinky.
Yeah, drag my dad.
Oh, you're a
And
fuck.
then
Shut
we-
up.
Yeah, shush, Fox. Your opinion. We have no regard for your opinion here. When we got up,
I shall make you listen to my opinion.
Anyways,
What are you,
moving
an
on.
amazing atheist? When we got there, there's like an upstairs area to the hotel lobby, right? There's like some fancy stairs, and then you get up there. It kind of looks like the you know when Rocky tries to climb the stairs going up to like the court building looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is. That's
Rocky?
basically what it is.
You mean the flying squirrel? Or
Somebody's a squirrel. I kid.
what happened to Bullwinkle?
Bullwinkle.
Wait a minute. Wait, Lando, are you here?
Oh, no. The movie Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the thing starring Sly, not Rocky and Bullwinkle. God,
Yeah, you know the
Rocky
boxer. It
Balboa.
sounds like
I'm terrible. I'm just terrible. I must be one of the few people who actually liked Rocky and Bullwinkle, the film.
Oh, good.
Okay. So when we got registration,
I liked it because it had Keaton and Kel in it.
So we got upstairs, and in the dealer's den, see, the hotel doesn't have ventilation air conditioning. They have what's called drop ceiling air conditioning. That's not the actual name for it, but I actually learned this from the one of the chairmen. I was gonna make the IT staff. You know what? Let's step back.
Chairman?
Okay.
Hey, don't get into
Yeah.
that gender binary shit.
Oh, yeah, gender person or
chairperson.
The chair.
I'll hang you.
I need to stop smoking weed.
Did you check their gender identity first before saying that?
Oh.
You just.
Well, what if they're not a person? What if they're
Okay, I'm cut off.
What if they actually identify as an attack helicopter?
Oh
Yeah.
god.
So what if they're a two spirit? They're
Uh,
not a person.
all right,
Oh,
all right.
yeah,
Back on
okay.
track. Back on track.
Yeah, okay. So even further before the con, I was gonna be on the IT staff, and I was gonna work some parts of registration, that kind of thing. So and I
Alright.
had to go to a meeting. No, I was actually gonna help develop the website. I think I've talked about it before. Anyway, I went to a meeting where I would meet with all the chair people.
The chair people.
Oh,
The
hang you.
chair
You say that again.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I get there, and then the chairman, the chairperson, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
My lips are
explains to
sealed
me.
now.
Yeah, the hotel doesn't have ventilation. They have something ventilation. It goes through the drop ceiling instead of them having to put piping everywhere, and vent everything and go through separate vents. So the thing is, that sucks for air circulation. And since the air conditioner was on the other side of registration, like it was on the other side, like of the roof
Oh,
where
shit.
registration was. So
So
it
make
was
like
an
everything hot as
oven.
hell.
Yeah, it was so hot in there. I wasn't even in
Oh.
cosplay yet, and
Oh,
I was
damn.
Oh, dear.
drenched.
That's-
And there was like 100 people in there, so that's like having 100 different space heaters. You know how in the Matrix they say a person can output like 95,000 BTUs an hour?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I trust the Matrix, but
Well,
body heat, yeah, it can get pretty hot.
same,
Yeah.
same shit,
Yeah. Okay.
Same
all right.
idea.
Gotcha.
Potato, tomato. So we finally get our badges, and then I just felt so bad for the poor fursuiters.
Oh,
Dude,
good
this
lord.
is the peak of summer, man. Like,
Yeah, it was like fucking 100 degrees in there. Holy shit, I felt so bad for them.
And people
So
like
then we go
sweating
back
up and
on-
everything.
Oh my
Hmm?
goodness.
Yeah, it was like a fucking sauna. And then
Oh,
we go
Lord.
back upstairs after we got our badges and like pumped out our shoes because they were like swamps in there. And yeah, and then I decided to suit up in cosplay. One of the best ideas in the world, by the way. After you're done sweating, can you taste the irony in my voice? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You can
Mm-hmm.
stick a magnet.
Oh yes. Your sarcasm
That
is very
sweet,
salty.
sweet irony.
Spicy memes, brethren. And then we head back downstairs. I suit up, and in like 3 layers, by the way. Figured I'd mention that. And then
Really?
we go-
How did you not die?
Why though?
Yeah, how didn't you die of a heat stroke?
That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. And then we decide to go to the dealer's den. I buy some fursuit spray because fuck knows I'll need it. And I like hose myself with that.
Hose?
Yeah, like I like stick it.
How many
Lewd.
how many prostitutes were there then?
Lewd.
oh, good grief.
Frickin' lewd.
Are we going to go with that
like,
in the
launch
my
your
first
feet up.
face? I've got
Oh.
anyway. Got another one though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and then
I'm sorry, I'm just terrible.
Of course you are. You're a fox.
Just
Yeah,
a
exactly.
tad.
all right. Keep going.
Yeah, so my dad stayed in the room all day Saturday.
What was his impression of it so far? By the way, like,
Yeah, I want to know. What did your dad think? Was he like, what the hell is wrong with my son? I'm so sorry. Or,
Yeah, he thinks it's pretty fucking weird.
I
I'm not
bet.
gonna lie.
But you know what? He actually went with you and was like willing
Yeah.
to go. So I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I'm not gonna give him shit over it. Like he tried at least,
Yeah, of
He-
course. That's
He
awesome.
ate his peas,
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate his vegetables. So I'm in
Okay.
like an archer's outfit that I had to put Nerf darts on the end of my arrows because I didn't want to run the risk of con security being like nope and like taking my arrows. So these things have Nerf darts which are hitting everything. In the dealer's den, they're just
Wait.
smacking things.
Okay, so what kind of bow was this? Was this like a legit bow that fires like professional arrows, or was like?
Oh
a
no, I
cosplay?
didn't bring a bow.
Oh, you just had arrows?
Yeah, I just had arrows. I wouldn't dare bring a bow to Furrydelphia. Given
Okay. Well, you said they were hitting everything. I figured.
The weapons policy is a little bit iffy, but
yeah.
Now that said,
the arrows were just long and they hung over my shoulder. Like I have a shoulder quiver, right? So they were hanging over them, and they were taller than me. So they were hit doorways. You fucking smack doorways. And these are carbon, like they're actual hunting arrows. Like they're my target arrows.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was asking. If they were
fiber.
like professional, like legit arrows. Damn.
Yeah, they're real. I just put foam on the ends and took off the heads and put Nerf darts over the nocks.
Yeah, just so you won't get into trouble with accidents, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
you won't impale anyone with them.
Yeah. The next kind of thing I was also like, how are the dancers and in the party scene over there?
Oh, okay. So this is another thing that happened. This kind of tarnished my reputation of the con a little bit. They shut down all the room parties Saturday night.
What?
Really?
Shit.
A fight
At what
broke
time?
out in 9:40.
Oh!
At 9.
Did anyone get shot?
And guess whose party it was?
Yours.
Rad?
Rad Foxes.
Rad Fox? Was it Rad?
Uh-huh. That was him. That was
fuck
his party.
me. What?
Tell us
Yeah,
more.
the
Tell us-
bartender got in a fight with a guy.
Oh, dude,
fuck.
now this is gonna be good. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I wasn't there. I heard it from an artist that I know really well who was there and had to restrain the guy that was fighting the bartender. And
This
like
is
the
not-
bartender
this is
got
not
like
the
socked
first
in the
time.
mouth.
This is not the
Holy
first time
shit.
this has happened at Rad's
Yeah.
parties. They get pretty
My
fucking crazy
God.
sometimes.
He got like clocked in the teeth. I think he like chipped
Damn.
his tooth. Maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But
Damn.
yeah. Then after that, con security came in like the SS. They just
There
SS.
are the furries!
Stand
We
by.
must-
Yeah, I
in
did
the
that.
Shut
up.
get in the vehicle.
They have the alcohols. No more music on you. Get
Yeah.
them.
And I was in 540, which was the best party I'd say all night. Because the other 941 was a Cards Against Humanity party. Some other number was a rubber party. And then 540 was the Lydia Pina Colada party that Nas Hyena went to. I got to drink with Nas Hyena.
What?
Yeah, it was
Wait,
litty. Oh
I
my
didn't think he was
Lanta.
even in America.
Yeah,
I've heard him
he came
pop by
to-
every now and again to American cons and so forth.
Oh, damn. that's crazy.
And you know the best part? You know the best part? He
What?
wanted to see my YouTube channel. I'm just like, I was like, yes, you may have it. I just like, it was like, you know how people would say never meet your heroes? Nas isn't really like my hero. No offense, Nas, but he's not really my hero.
Hey,
but,
if you're
like,
watching,
that's
Nas,
complete
shout
bullshit
out
with
to
him.
you. You're not a hero,
Yeah.
but it's still kind of okay.
Hashtag, oh, did you see the video he posted on Twitter of him screaming, "Oh, woo, what's this?" near the H&M Logan Paul filmed that before he filmed the dead
Oh
body?
crap, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Oh
It's on his page. Yeah, you should watch it. It's pretty good.
yeah. Well,
Oh dear.
Yeah,
The shit
Legalize
it's-
the
he's get
woo.
up to.
I know
Legalize
it's
the
gonna be
woo.
great. Now,
Legalize a woo.
Picture. I
what's
bet
it
I could
called?
I bet I could find the picture I took with him. Hang on, let me
I'm
find it.
sure if you do, I'll post it mine. I'll screen share it. No. But that said, I wanted to move on to the little thing before we close this down.
Okay.
The whole
Shut it
pup,
down!
what's it called? The whole pup mask controversy that
Oh, yeah.
was
Oh, God.
embroiled in.
That got banned, right?
The hotel ban
saw
thing.
one.
But yeah, the con has to respect it.
I saw.
But go on.
Yeah. I saw one single human pup. That was it.
Huh.
The whole time. I just saw one. That was it. It was just bereft of human pups. That
Just
was
like
it,
walking
you know?
around, like in general, like in the lobby or something.
Yeah. Yeah, like not at like room parties or anything. Just
Oh, Lando,
on the
you
con
said-
floor, I didn't see any. except
You
for
said,
one on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said in the private chat that you had a story that you wanted to tell us. Did you already say that story, or was it something else like different?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
in regards
actually, I had
to
a
the
good
convention.
one. Yeah. I puked in the lobby.
Oh,
dear.
what?
The hell?
Okay.
I have Crohn's. I have
What the hell did I just hear?
He puked in the
He
lobby.
apparently
Oh,
puked in the
no.
lobby.
Yeah.
Puke in the lobby.
Yeah, I did.
Christ almighty. You need Jesus.
No, I need better Crohn's medication. I have upper Crohn's, and that gives me really nasty nausea. And the thing I ate the night before aggravated my Crohn's. So in the
Oh, dear.
morning, I was hanging out with Dragon Raven, the Restless. He's a really cool guy. And I was just sitting at
I
a
thought a
table. and
crone was like
"What?"
an old woman from a fairy tale.
Nah, see, ROHNs. Yeah.
So
I was just
you-
like, uh-oh. And then I honk all over the lobby.
And you
Nope.
you didn't like drink at all or anything? It was just
No,
because of that?
It's just Crohn's. It's just because of my Crohn's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, a bit of a question. At least you didn't vomit inside your fursuit mask, right?
Oh,
I don't
no.
have a
Let's not
fursuit
go
head
there.
yet.
Let's
I don't
not
have
go
a
there.
fursuit head yet. Yeah,
Ugh.
let's not. Yeah,
Blech.
that's really nasty.
Of course it would be nasty.
I mean, that's...
Someone's
oh.
dying slowly.
Yeah.
What I just said is kind of like saying a lighter works better when it's not wet.
What the fuck?
Tell me about it, though.
Yeah, I suppose that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a fursuit does not work if it's full of fucking vomit, so...
Yeah.
not a
Yeah,
thing.
you'd literally have
really?
nothing to do.
Wow, breaking new ground here, boys.
Yeah. I just think I kind
On
of.
my. Oh, I found the picture. Hang on. Let me pull that. So,
Wait, you have a picture?
Of him basically with Lost Hyena. That's what.
Oh.
yeah, with
I thought it was a picture of him basically dying, but alright, go ahead.
Oh, dude, you are. We don't want to off
that
the
was about
guy.
story.
I think Guile does.
Oh, I'm basically stepping away now very slowly.
I've been
Only
drinking.
because you said this. Now, that
I've been
said,
drinking.
would you, just as a closing to cap this off, would you recommend the convention, Furrydelphia, after all your experience with the convention?
I
Or-
would recommend it as a first convention. After that, Anthrocon's going to serve you a lot better. Especially, it's worth the ride to Anthrocon if you're on the eastern side of Pennsylvania, or if you're on the eastern side of the United States. It's worth the ride to Anthrocon, but Furrydelphia is a much better first con.
Especially
Alright,
with the
then.
whole smaller, the smaller attendance and the
Yeah,
that's
that's
the vibe.
That's why.
Large
Maybe in,
cons, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
a very
in like
good
a few
point.
years, it could be an equivalency to Anthrocon, but currently it's not nearly as good as Anthrocon.
That's a bit of a miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
That said, though, live question. Which song, SDX Darkus asks, which song is better, KSI's diss track on Logan Paul or Jake's new music video?
Oh.
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 Yeah.
Which one?
No vote.
I have no
I've
idea.
not heard it, either of them.
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. No idea. I don't know.
All right, so yeah, I mean, if you can't share it, that's fine. But we'll move on to the next topic at hand, which is Midwest for the banning of fan arts being sold at dealers' tables at conventions such as Midwest Furfest.
Wait, you're banning art?
No fan
Yes,
art.
they are.
Oh,
Yes, they
fan
are.
art.
Yeah. They're banning art. No more art.
So
There's no
all dealers and artists known at Furfest, in case you didn't know, they implemented a new rule this year: no fan art whatsoever. So much as selling something of an existing character can result in being kicked due to copyright because they didn't get a license.
Oh dear.
Exactly. And you know what, guys? I actually emailed them on Wednesday morning about this, and I asked 3 basic questions. I said, number 1, are there restrictions on multiple characters in a scene? For example, if I wanted to buy a commission of myself and, like, I don't know, Nick Wilde or something, is that still okay? Is that considered fan art? Number 2,
Of course it would be.
for original characters, for instance, but like if they're from a franchise. So like if you're like a fan of Sonic and you make a Sonic original character, or an MLP Pony Sona, is that still bad? And then the third question is, what about all of the people who sell things like the Pokemon merchandise or MLP or Bendy or all these different things like t-shirts, pins, buttons, stickers? Is that still considered fan art, and are they not allowed to sell that? And they did not get back to me for 2 days. I simply asked them to clarify what they meant about no fan art, because it didn't really make a lot of sense, because it was just so vague, you know. I mean, they talked a lot in that post, but they didn't actually like specify what qualifies as such.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The whole Midwest Furfest rule says you can't reproduce third parties' intellectual property without express permission from the owner, written permission, might I add. And the Midwest Furfest.
No, good luck getting Disney to.
Yeah, good luck.
All right,
By the
so
way-
that means I can't draw, like, I can't commission a picture of myself and like Simba, like on Pride Rock, like.
No.
Well, there's
Not
DeviantArt for
unless you
that.
get written permission from Disney.
Is that not a thing?
Yeah.
And try
Well, I
to
mean,
sell it at the con, which case is
You gotta
another
ask your
case.
parents first before going on Disney.com.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got DeviantArt as well too. I mean, depending on what you're looking for. Oh, by the way, as well too. You know what I find funny about it as well too.
That looks like it's kind of from Club Penguin. Is that still?
Well,
Does
yeah.
that still count? Like what?
Why wouldn't it?
Well, that's the
Everything
thing.
counts.
I mean,
It's
it's still
so
part of the
vague.
franchise.
That's the problem. It's so vague, like what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like they're like, oh, no fan art of any kind. And not only can the vendors not like commission fan art, they also can't commission or offer to commission things. Like that was
Whoa.
actually in the tweet as well. So
Damn.
what? Like, so if let's say you go to a vendor and you're like, oh well, can I get this? And like,
But
oh,
the
I
thing
can't
is,
get
you're not
it from
actually
here.
profiting off the character, are you?
But
I mean, it's
wonder
not like
how they're
you're.
gonna
It's
even
not like you're
enforce it.
selling it to the public.
I wonder, how do they enforce it though? Like, what are they going to
Yeah.
do? Like, is someone going to go to every single vendor? Oh,
The
shame
fan
on
art
you.
that
And
says-
try and commission a picture of Nick Wilde.
By the
What
way,
is
do you know what I find funny? You know what I find
Are you-
funny?
What?
It's
What?
basically the same thing. I mean, you upload a video to YouTube that has music to it. You know?
Speaking of
Oh,
that, when I was uploading my footage of the Fursuit Parade, I had to cut the audio because there was a Deadmau5 song playing in there, and what I had to do was overlay some royalty-free EDM that I found.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Copyright laws
I
are
was-
extremely complicated, though. I mean, have you ever actually like looked into it? It's fucking bonkers.
The DMCA
It's absolutely
is like
crazy.
being-
Yeah, I mean,
The whole-
we
yeah.
all
could-
it does is
No
defend
sense.
people like George
Part of the
Lucas.
Bible.
It makes no sense. Like copyright laws, like legit actual copyright laws, they contradict each other consistently. However, YouTube has
Yeah.
like its own version of their interpretation of it, and I guess
Right.
now it seems like furcons are making their own interpretation of it as well when it comes to licensing.
And you
And
now
MFF
need
is-
written permission from Disney to draw their characters doing perverted
Yeah, you gotta
things.
ask for
I
permission.
know, right? Isn't that messed
Yeah,
up?
as if they'll ever get that. I mean, as if they'll ever give that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
They're
MFF is not
basically
the
just
first one
setting
to
them
do
up
this.
I mean, they're not the first convention to do this too. Midwest
Yeah.
Furfest ain't the only
Yeah.
ones. No, this was made aware to me by another person who brought this up. Thanks, Nicolini.
Nicolini.
Yeah,
He
shout
basically
out
made
to
a video on this.
It's
Made
Roman. Let's go bowling.
made a whole
Any relation of Mussolini?
no. On that note, Furry Weekend Atlanta only just says, no pirated works. It's just
Pirated
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, and you know what? With FWA's laws, that well, I wouldn't say laws, but like with their, their con rules or whatever, that actually makes a lot of sense. No plagiarism, no stealing other people's artwork. Yeah,
Right.
okay, I get that. No stealing people's characters, whatever, that's totally fine. But when it comes to like things in the public domain, like Disney characters, I mean, like, get real.
Well, copyright law would say they're not in the public domain.
But like they are
it's
though.
70
Like
years
that's
after
the
it's
thing.
created.
It's been like that for like decades. I mean, like technically it's owned by somebody else, but it's Disney. I mean, like, come on.
But what about the Sonic recolors and everything? Like last time I checked, there are fucking tons of those.
Yes,
way
that's
too many.
Exactly. That's one of the questions I brought up to the MFF staff because I said, "Hey, well, what about original characters from a franchise like Sonic or My Little Pony? Like when you make up your own characters, but they're still technically part of a larger franchise. Is that considered fan art, and will that be not okay?"
Right.
And like I said, they didn't get back to me yet about this, so I might have to email some of the staff members directly about it to get some clarification because their statement right now is extremely vague on what is allowed and what's not.
You could make a big stink about it on Twitter and just wait for them to.
I mean, a lot of artists have basically made a big stink about it on Twitter too. Basically saying they're just going, "Oh no, this is the reason why I won't go to MFF now."
Well, MFF is already turning into a pit.
It has its own problems too, but the whole fan art thing is the least of their worries. But
yeah, out of the both,
they need to worry about the fact that there's like 3 ambulances a day at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, out of everything, I mean, to worry about, you worry about fan art without even worry about some people could like attack each other or like they could even die of whatever the reason might be.
There's like a drug problem. Oh, people are like shooting up heroin in our rooms. Let's ban fan art, boys.
Yeah, but it's easier to go after people drawing Disney characters than going after people who shoot up heroin.
I mean, I'm gonna make a phone call with somebody who's in the anime scene and what their policy is, because theirs is just anime is basically built on fan art.
Yeah, and the only person this hurts, the only one that this hurts is the big corporations who are making billions of dollars. Like, do they really care if a couple of furry artists are making like $30 on a con, like a commission?
And hey, guess what?
Cartoon's the one losing here.
I think they care more about people actually pirating the movies.
And hey, guess what? Free publicity.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's another
You know
point.
the one that I can actually understand them getting up in arms about, because they'll actually go after people that use their stuff, is Studio Ghibli, because that was like the hot shit with YouTube a few years ago. Studio Ghibli was just taking down videos that had any clips of either even little snippets of Howl's Moving Castle in it, and it was really sad. Actually, Adam Savage made his own Totoro costume and posted it on YouTube, and I don't know why Studio Ghibli hasn't gotten up in his face.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, dude, his costume
was good, right?
Awesome. It was fucking awesome, and he.
I loved it.
Oh, speaking of which, by the way, speaking of which, I mean, do you guys, are feeling very nostalgic to remember the Warner Music Group? Back at that time, take, let's say, audio of a lot of videos back then on YouTube. Do you guys remember that?
I think I might have, but
I do remember that.
Thing. Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. Speaking of things, though, but there's another convention that's also joined the ranks of of doing so. But before I do share that though, a live comment. Mike Retriever says they're not considered the easiest answer, which is they're just covering their asses. Yeah, I'd have to kind of agree.
In case they get sued by Disney
and all the other companies. Yeah.
Yeah, and what about all
but
the gaming
are
companies?
Disney really gonna sue over a picture of Simba?
I don't know.
Why
that's
wouldn't
the
they?
weird thing.
Why would they?
I think MFF might get in trouble.
It's not like they're gonna basically put Disney's lawyer on speed dial or anything, but
exactly.
I mean, it's not like they've gone after Furfinty, and that's just the world's biggest repository of
Yeah,
degeneracy.
the Lion King fan art.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm worried how far this is gonna go.
I
Like,
know.
If it's like, oh, if it's just at conventions, okay, vendors can't do such and such. But then it's like, oh, well, on furry websites, you can't post artwork of anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
like how far is this gonna? Like, it's like a slippery slope. Like, that's why I want to clarify, what exactly.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Furfinity
I've
is
shared
already starting to do
shared
that.
the further confusions guidelines as well on this sort of fan art ban. Reproductions of commercial stuff will not be tolerated. How are they going to enforce this though? Like, are they going to have curators that scan the dealer's room 24/7?
Exactly,
they're gonna have,
exactly. Like, how?
Commercial
How are they gonna
stuff.
do it?
Fan art SS. We heard you had the fan art.
I have them all.
No. With the way the furry fandom's going at the moment, it's more like the furry checker.
Or it'll be like what's the gang called from A Clockwork Orange, where they just run around and break shit?
Oh, Alex's Droogs.
Yeah.
I love A Clockwork Orange. I love it.
So great.
Of course you do.
That's actually my favourite film. Oh god.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, imagine those guys enforcing copyright laws at fucking furry cons in the dealer's den.
Well, let's call all the ambulance available.
And they beat you like they beat the old Irish tramp.
Remember the artist that stuck the dick sculpture into?
Sorry?
Remember the artist that they take the sculpture of the dick and they shove it in her mouth?
Yeah, in her mouth, killing her.
Yeah.
and he killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he went to prison. And then he got the Ludovico technique.
Yikes. Yikes.
No.
You know. Whoa. Other than that,
we're probably going to get copyright striked by whoever owns the copyright of Beethoven now.
Oh,
damn it! Why'd you say that? Great. Now we're all gonna get arrested. Thanks.
Yeah, we're all gonna get.
We'll all get deported to Salzburg and
I'll get tortured there
by the Austrian police.
Ignatius would like it in there.
oh, you're
Watch it. I'm more of a sadist than a masochist.
Yeah, you're fucking masochist, you fucks.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, you heard me right. You fucks.
just
I will rip out your soul.
yeah, just so.
Anyway, let's move
kind
on.
of, just to kind of close this up, a couple of live comments.
And now we're casually threatening each other.
SDX Darkest. So vendors den, the halls are dead. No, they're not going to die. People are just been left with a sour taste because the artists basically do rely on selling some fan art as part of their livelihoods too.
Yeah.
This thing just leaves a bit of a sour taste, even though the con is protecting itself to that extent.
Mace's always got that sour taste.
Yeah, I guess that's understandable.
Yeah,
I mean, they're protecting themselves from that stuff.
Protecting themselves from Disney's lawyers
and all that stuff.
Disney probably do employ like a batch of samurai.
It's like
to chop you up with katanas if you make Simba art.
Anyone seen Kill Bill? It's like the Crazy 88 from Kill Bill. You know, the one that Oren Ishii is the commander of? Anyone? No? I'm just crazy?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
One little comment here as well that we're going to bring up as a side argument that some people have brought up in the live comments, especially Fox McCloud 007. The whole Nintendo's legal team is a joke because, the emulation has become such a hot topic in the past week or so. That now Nintendo's basically cracking down on websites that are distributing ROMs to emulate,
Oh, damn. Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, yeah, I
I
mean,
wish I could get a Kingdom Hearts ROM.
well, yeah, I mean, because people emulate because hey, we get nostalgia quite easily, and the game that we used to play, back then, is a little hard to play again. So, emulators are the most easiest way to get to them. And if we can't emulate those games, then how the hell are we gonna play them, eh?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
the games are not sold anymore. The consoles are not sold anymore. So what the hell do you expect for it to do, huh? They don't sell on
Wait.
Steam. What the hell is it do?
Yeah.
So
You're not
the argument
porting it
is
to
against
PC, so why
emulators?
we-
I mean, they're
Right,
just
my argument
basically
is for
going
emulators.
because Nintendo's bottom line is they think their bottom line is getting hurt. But that's just it's initial conjecture.
Yeah.
That said, yeah, Nintendo's just been going up a little bit, up in arms, just trying to close down the.
I don't have my Wii anymore.
That said,
We'll
we'll move on to the next topic of discussion. We've got a roundup of interesting furry news stories to share.
Oh dear.
Yes. All right.
Chancellor Vitter should hire a real football furry mascot.
Let's take a look at this little costume here. But for the audio version, this is a shark mascot costume for a football team.
Oh, it's the Zabivaka legacy.
Is
Is it okay to do
It is the
Zabivaka
Zabivaka
art?
legacy.
Because I mean, everyone hates Russia now, so
Zabivaka legacy.
presumably no one minds if they draw pervy art of Zabivaka.
Okay, guys,
Hey.
I just realized
Did
something.
anyone see
The
Zenny's video on Zabivaka?
Go on, Avira.
The picture of this guy in this photo, it looks like it's photoshopped. Look at the red cup and then the red words on his shirt.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it
it
is.
look
Yeah.
kind of
It doesn't
Really
add up.
Is that
shitty.
real?
That's a very shitty Photoshop, if you ask me.
Like, why did they post this? Why did they use this for an article? Like, is this a real person?
This is
what
the Red
lighting
Cup
is so
Rebellion.
This is an actual furry, right? Like,
I don't even. Maybe it is. Maybe it really
why
does
do they
look
have
like.
to use? That's so obviously photoshopped, though.
Holy shit! Yeah, you're right.
What the
Oh
heck?
my Lanta! That lighting on the solo cup.
Yeah,
Oh
look at it.
wow, that is so bad.
And the letters on his shirt are like going over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Even
heck?
I can pull out a better Photoshop than this.
Like I mean, but let's get straight to the point of it though. They say we need a football furry, and blah blah blah. A little bit of a tirade looking at what a furry is, but they say.
Are
look
there
at this
actually any
graphic.
furries who like sports ball?
Yes, there are.
Okay, now here this is
Fuck.
good. They actually have 3 pictures of furries who legit look like real furries, except maybe the guy on the right who's in a green.
Is
suit.
this what
Like,
their idea of a furry mascot hybrid is?
I don't know.
Oh Lord.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Like what would be a footballing furry? I guess maybe a wolf. Maybe.
A bulldog.
They have made they have made fingers all mascots of all types and stripes, but oh god, screen share's acting
Oh
up.
wait, I can see the chat now. Oh hi Panda, what's up?
I got the screen share was acting up. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I can't.
The fact of the matter was they have the right idea, and I just want to say, there's more to the article that all mascots should be fursuits because furries do this so much better with the performer in mind.
Yeah, and Joel, I think you're totally right. When I saw the mascot costume of Zabivaka, I was like, you know what? I know a lot of fursuit makers who could make a much better costume that'll look legit like a fucking Zabivaka, like it would just look better if they made it. Because clearly, they used some kind of corporation to make it. But fursuit makers could totally make mascot costumes and look legit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And and expand the business world too, because what the hell not, right?
I mean, suit makers can do it for better rates as well, and the suits will basically perform better,
way better than their
And they probably last longer as well.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what I thought of? Actually, that might not necessarily be true because fursuits are full body suits are custom made to fit the body of the person wearing it. So unless the mascot actor is going to dedicate him or herself to the role, You know,
I mean, you can easily train up another mascot to fit the body shape.
Or
given
they could
their
hire,
reasonable expectations.
okay,
Or they could just
that's
hire
true.
people that look similar.
or they could actually hire, real furries.
They could
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Well,
Breaking
real
news
furries
now.
or real fursuit makers. Yeah.
They could
Why the hell
too.
not, right?
All right, there's more. There's more to the article too, as well. So
lit.
now, can you read this out for me, Tenacious?
Oh, let's have a. Oh, where is it?
So now that you
He's
maybe know what
highlighting
a
it.
furry is,
One moment. Where's the link?
He
Why-
highlighted, you dope.
why should you
I
want
ain't
to be
got
a
one.
land shark?
I
Why
ain't
would
got the
old
link right
Miss
now.
need a furry for football? Don't worry about it. Well, let me break it down for contentions. 1, the football field is the perfect place for a furry. If football wasn't meant for furries, why are half of all mascots cartoon dogs or tigers?
In a carpet cutout.
I know. And number 2,
Suicide is at as high as a rate as it is.
old
number,
Miss
number 2, Ole Miss already has
a dining squirrel furry.
squirrel furry.
Oh,
jeez.
Joe.
Whoa,
Hey, taking pot shots at me now, are you?
what is that?
Oh.
That looks like something from fucking CSI.
Yeah, it looks like something. It looks like someone just. It looks like someone just cut it. Just got their carpet, start cutting it up and painting it, and then this.
No, that's like one of those CS like knockoff costumes, or one of the videos like from Crack.
Yeah. It looks like.
Oh,
good
good lord!
Oh.
That poor person.
Ah.
Oh, thank God I
Oh,
can't
my
see his
Lanta.
face. I feel so bad for him.
Well,
Oh. I feel
yeah,
bad
it's a
for the
sub
poor staff that decided to buy that.
fursuit, though.
I mean,
You know what they could do? They could actually commission someone that does art, like any of us. And hey, I mean, they could use that as their official art, like that one senator who got herself a persona, and then suddenly a lot of leftists started making some rape art because of her, right?
yeah, I mean, I saw that. I mean, literally, like furries, like we're the best at making this type of artwork. So, like, we're the ones to call if you have that kind of an issue.
Who are you gonna call?
Bingo.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Oh dear.
This article hasn't finished yet. This is not finished yet.
Oosh.
Oh,
Ooh.
All right. This is the important section too.
What the fuck?
Real football furries instead of culture appropriated professional mascots
Cultural
Could be
appropriation.
could be the key to winning the war on football. Issue like football clearly
We're a
causing
culture,
CTE
not a costume.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
clearly causing CTE have made a football politically incorrect in some circles, less than appealing for younger generations. However, getting rid of football could no longer be seen as a progressive, as it meant taking away the only job where someone could be in their persona in the workplace. Boomer parents who love football could bond with games with their millennial offspring who tune to cheer off the furry mascot.
Okay.
Wow.
At this point, I'm actually convinced that this article reads like a satire.
This is a real
Please
article,
tell me this is
though.
like
Oh, that
an
hurts.
onion
Are we
thing.
100% sure that this is not a joke?
Oh, that's a good. I'm at
What
this
is
point,
this?
post law being what it is.
Yeah,
What
getting
is
rid of football is
this?
progressive, guys. Yeah.
Progressive.
What?
Progressive?
Oh my God.
It's taking
Oh my
away
god,
the
I'm
real-
dying inside
What
already.
is this?
Oh.
It hurts. It hurts so much. My soul is burning.
My brain just wants to.
Land,
Good-
send me
Good
$10
night, my sides.
Literally, and now they're just advocating, getting rid of football is not progressive. Like, people can be their persona in their workplace. Dude, ask that question to Foxler.
Where's Foxer when you need him?
I hope he's watching.
I want to
This-
go to work in a fucking thick ass digigrade and have my employers be like, fine.
It'd be Lucario then. Lucario's thick by nature.
Yeah, he got that natural thick boy.
Oh,
Yeah, boy.
Big thighs save lives.
oh, this
Oh, yeah.
article.
that war shirt.
Guys,
Furrydelphia,
guys,
dude,
guys.
got a war shirt like that.
Now, this article is going to be wrapping up right about now, but there's something you guys have got to say at this end of this article. Look at it.
I identify as an Ole Miss Rebel. What?
Now, this is a weird.
Wait, what the hell's that?
Yeah, and I identify as a piece of toast.
Look at
No.
this stuff. Like, it's an old man who's basically blasting a megaphone at what is apparently a football furry.
What? Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm assuming the person that drew that picture is like 7 years old, and they're very proud of what they made. They're like, "Hey,
And they
mommy,
also
look
rip,
what I
like,
made today in
crap.
school."
Well, I
And
mean,
then they
that
put it
could
on
be.
the fridge.
That
Why,
could also
why
be
is there a Mexican hat in the picture?
Who knows?
It's like a sombrero.
Because ole.
Ole,
I dance around the Mexican hat. I
this is-
dance,
this is
I
racist.
dance. And
Yeah,
that's
so
the
this-
end of that.
Well, this is racist and cultural appropriation.
Yeah, it's at this point, this is just a spoof piece,
Or
though.
furry is not my culture.
It's adorable. I love it.
All right, and then the last screen is just, we need a real football furry, not some part-time stolen valor, fake furry ass, part-time paid mascot.
Whoa! Whoa!
Shade.
That's
Stolen
passionate.
valor is a big
Shade.
thing, actually. Like
What?
that's a legit
E.
law.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a big thing. Like people buying medals like off eBay and then claiming that they won them legitimately.
Yeah,
Ha!
yeah. That's totally
Yeah.
illegal.
Stolen valor.
So if you're pretending to be a furry, then fuck you. That's called stolen furry valor.
Oh, damn.
I think it's not exactly
More
illegal.
furry
It's
is
just
Like you're not
frowned
real, so-
upon.
My
I
my
don't
my
know.
culture is not your goddamn fursuit, or however that meme went. Or I
Hashtag
got really-
fursuit culture.
We're a culture, not a costume.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
This is not who I am, and this is not okay.
oh, just so you guys know something, there's an example of an actual fursuit that's a mascot, and you would not believe.
Oh no! Wait. Okay, I've seen this. Is it? Crap! I forgot. But I've seen it. As soon as
It's
you
what-
say it, I know what you're going to talk about.
It's what you think it is.
It probably is. Okay,
What
go
is
for
it?
Let's have a
It-
short
Oh
day.
dear. I'm ready. Go for
Nah.
it.
Just
Ah.
to give an
God,
example of how
buddy.
this is to be done properly.
All right.
Here it is.
I've heard
Just
of this.
Wait
Yes.
a moment. What?
I can't
Wait,
Yes.
say it.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Ah, damn.
Hey,
The
that's pretty
Russians
good.
are crazy enough to order this. This is an old story, but it's still going on to this day. The
I
suit
know.
Oh my
yo,
God.
still
good
being
for him,
worn.
though. Oh, that's so.
Slava Russia!
Rush B.
Oh, that's so crazy. Yes. You see, this is why
That
fursuit
is an
makers
actual
should
furry. That's an actual furry.
Yes,
I
it is.
recognize
That's
it.
a really unbrushed fursuit.
Ha, and people
He's
bash
Russian,
Foxer for
what
being
do you
out being brushed.
expect?
It's also
Oh, he got that big.
It's Dimitri.
Yes,
Hey,
it's
Nico,
Dimitri the Wolf. Dimitri the Wolf.
Dimitri.
No, it'd be Dmitry Volkov.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Russians have like a fetish for furries at this point.
I mean,
Of course they do.
Russians that are furry.
Dmitry Dmitrievich Volkov.
Does anyone know Big Z the Wolf?
Yes,
Go ahead.
yes, I know Big Z. Oh shit!
Yeah!
Yeah,
We hung out together.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Hey!
We went to
Yeah.
Walmart together. We got soaked in the rain. Oh man, it was lit.
damn.
I'm having some very lewd thoughts on that.
okay. We'll close this
mine
up.
out.
So,
Yeah,
all right,
man.
live comments. Edward Gresham says, "Tell Evira I said hi."
Привет, товарищ. Как вы поживаете?
Um,
That means hello, my friend. How are you?
Those fit.
In Russian, bitch. Yeah. Yes,
this one
yeah.
here. Everyone's also saying on the comment section, Lucario is overrated. Lucario is hot. Lucario has a nice ass.
Oh dear.
What is all this Lucario nonsense? What? Come on.
Dude, and this goes back to what we were saying about Dingo. It's the fan-made fursuit.
Jeez, guys, come on. I mean, the Lucario fursuits look pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. But, like, that's
Some of
not a
them look really
mascot,
cool.
you know?
No,
Some of them look
you
really
get in
cool.
trouble with Pokemon, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo if you try to sell it off.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Pokemon,
Like,
go to the
what
polls.
about that? Like, what if you wanted to make a Lucario fursuit, and then all of a sudden, the copyright laws will stop fursuit makers from doing that?
Sorry.
Oh, damn. That would suck.
Alright. Yeah, so we've just got one last little story just to cross over into this hour mark. And
One last? Go ahead.
there we go. Doom Eternal causes.
Oh, yes. Wait. Doom Eternal mortally challenged comment ads SJWs calling it gross and anti-immigration.
I am mortally challenged.
During the gameplay of during the gameplay reveal of Doom Eternal at this year's QuakeCon in Grapevine, Texas, at Gaylord Texan Resorts Convention Center, there was a comment during the demonstration about demons being mortally challenged. That didn't seem too well with social justice warriors.
Alright, stop there. Yeah, that'll do for now. It's
Alright.
like they've basically turned the con into a living, breathing shitpost.
Yeah.
About to say Doom Eternal being anti-immigration.
Hashtag Gaylord.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like, what?
Oh, by the way.
Like, what is
You
like,
said
what,
it.
the Gaylord con? Like, what the hell are they talking about?
yeah, and
Like
those
it's-
ads too.
Sounds,
Joe, do you have an ad block?
Shit.
sounds
I
like
can't
pretty
freaking block it. I can't freaking block it.
You
what
silly
browser
squirrel.
are you using? What the hell
Opera.
kind of
But I didn't. It's got an automatic ad block, but
browser is that?
yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Jolt.
Yeah.
You also notice though too. I mean that in the gameplay teaser that I saw, that the Doom guy, he can also, he has like that shoulder blaster, and he can climb up walls. He kind of reminds me of the Predator from Alien vs Predator. And do you know what the best part is? That this guy reminds me so much of the Predator that I'm thinking, where are the xenomorphs when they're their demons? So of course, the Doom guy is finding out the xenomorphs by being xenophobic.
Oh, God.
Oh, I knew you'd find a way of inserting that.
At this stage, I'm gonna have to put you onto the big brain meme for doing that.
No, he's beyond that. He's in the.
Yeah,
He's the one sitting cross-legged, flying away into the astral plane.
Yeah, the woke one. The 11th level.
He's basically the greatest of all ascended brains now. But that's
And guys, look at what these people are saying about this. They're like, okay, gay baby
Not sure
Jill
what to
says,
think about. Not
says-
sure.
wait. Let him read the gay baby jail tweet.
Okay, I'll
demon
read
can
this
be
one.
an offensive term.
Avira's reading. Avira's reading.
All right,
Demon
go
can
ahead.
be an offensive term. They prefer to be called mortally challenged. What is
I thought they didn't even. I thought they don't
What is
even
it?
exist. How can they be offended?
what is it with game devs and ... bad jokes? Like, that's not funny. It's just irritatingly out of touch.
Irritatingly out of touch.
Doom Eternal. Like, what? Like, why are you offended? Why are you offended by video games? Like, what did this video game like sexually assault you? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then sooner or later they're gonna be saying, let's say, the Grim Reaper, like saying, oh, I mean, calling the Grim Reaper death is offensive. We would rather that you call it some random buzzword just pull out of her ass.
The Grim Reaper is literally fucking death, though.
It's
like,
a concept. It's
It's-
a concept.
My
That
God.
joke was death earlier. The one about xenomorphs. Yeah, that one was death.
That yeah, that was death. No, it
Yeah,
was
that
more
was
like
death.
dad. More like a dad
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah. Humongous. Haha. Get
Oh my
beans,
God.
sucker.
Well, oh, that was a great video.
Oh, that
What's
was
your name?
fantastic.
Phew. I'm huge.
Uh.
Humongous.
Was who got salty?
That was golden.
Oh, it was
Humongous.
Italian spicy memes.
Hey,
Spicy beams. Why? I don't know why I did that in the Borat accent.
You know something?
I'm doing the
What's it called?
Italian hands and the extra spicy.
Jesus.
You know something? How did this game turn into freaking an screed against immigration?
Yeah,
And then
that's
they
what I.
say, like the
that's
Earth is
what
a
I
melting
wanna
pot of the
Go from
universe.
Doom to
Oh yeah,
anti-
definitely. Oh hey, Jolt. Not to mention as well too. But I mean, it kind of I don't know how to let's say to put about this one, but like Wolfenstein, some people say about kill Nazis, punch Nazis, and people say like that ruined the entire Wolfenstein franchise. So why couldn't we do why couldn't Doom go our way, right? Everything has to find their way.
They did. Doom. They made some anti SJW jokes, and now everyone's like, "Oh, how dare you make jokes against anti?" Yeah, that was in the article.
We are politically correct. Never question our legitimacy.
Okay, thank you, Brian Stelter.
Uh.
But they're like, "Oh well, Doom is so masculine. It's too masculine." How the fuck can a game about demons be too masculine? First of all, it's a game. And second of all, look at the fucking demons. Yeah, they're big, they're scary, they're muscular.
You gotta be man enough to take them down.
Yeah, good,
yeah.
okay. So
yeah, it's all their toxic masculinity.
I don't know.
Well, what, do you expect, like, soy boys to take him down?
Oh, now I'm picturing the soy
need a
boys
man.
trying to fight demons.
Oh my god.
I think I just had an aneurysm when I heard that.
The brain aneurysm? Don't die on us.
Yeah. I got the Parkinson's from that.
This is next level stuff, isn't it? Though,
Yeah, this is like extra levels of
God, you're making it sound like a gay porno.
Now that said, I mean, at the stages we're all in, everybody who's just lapping this all up is that they're just gonna run to the store and just go buy themselves a copy of Doom.
And I hope it outsells Wolfenstein. I hope it does.
Oh, it will. It will.
It will.
I mean, Wolfenstein's shtick has now become like this whole, anti-Nazi screed, and now Doom, on the other hand, is just about.
It's become the pro-masculinity creed.
It's like, what planet do these people live on? Oh, Nazis are everywhere. Like, do they think?
Well,
they
it's
actually live
definitely
in
not
Germany?
Earth.
It's kind of like
Why?
Bully Hunters. Anyone remember Bully Hunters?
Yeah, I do.
Bully Hunters.
Yeah, that nonsense.
That's
It's kinda like
completely
that.
awkward podcast.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, that was that one.
Yeah, that was
is
an
why-
old story. Yeah.
This is why we can't have any good stuff. This is why.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly.
That's why furries ruin everything.
All right. Okay. Let's see if
Moving
we
right along. Yeah.
live comment section.
Yeah, live comments, yes.
Okay. Colin Meikle says, "I thought SJWs didn't believe in demons or anything associated with religion unless it's Islam." I think SJWs would be the type to actually, in real world, given enough time, they will defend demons.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
they
identify as a demon, like sexually identify as a demon, they will defend you. So yes, eventually they will.
Hey, Jolt, out of curiosity as well, too. So they're saying, let's say, if given enough time, they could actually defend, the demons, right? But what if, there would be a certain branch of social justice warriors who were going to defend Nazis as an oppressed minority? Think about that for a bit.
Well, they
I
always
doubt
defend Islam,
No, I doubt it.
which is worse than the Nazis.
And the communists were actually worse than Nazis too, as well, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the SJWs are communists, so they're not going to comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're already defending pedophiles at this point. I mean, that they're starting to.
Yeah, the Rick and Morty high IQ humor.
The extra
No,
levels
I mean,
of woe.
like that's actually a thing that they're trying to promote now. Like, oh, don't kink shame pedophiles. Like that's something that Left is actually doing.
nonsense. Oh my
It's
god,
fucking
yeah.
crazy. Like,
It's
dude,
fucking
like,
insane.
check this out. It's nonsense.
And I have history with sexual abuse, so like that
Aw.
pisses me
Yeah.
off.
Hey, he's telling a story about he's telling a story about
Oh,
sexual abuse. Let him talk, goddammit.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to talk about it, then it's fine. If it's just too personal.
Yeah, he's talking to he's talking about it. Let him talk.
If he
Wait,
wants
me?
to, but yeah.
No,
if you
I'm
want to
not-
talk,
I
then
don't-
by all means. But
It fucking pisses me off though that they're trying to defend pedophiles.
yeah,
Like it's truly aggravating.
It's sick. It's sick.
I mean, I think we
Yeah,
can agree that the paedophiles are the one group that do belong in the gas chambers.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But now they're
Anyway.
like I've actually seen like Antifa holding up signs like promoting this stuff. I don't know if you saw this on. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this on the news or anything, but they were.
Why
Why would he
actually
ever
people
seen it
that-
on the news?
Those are the people that
Well, there was a
deserve to be
protest.
shot by the police.
No. There was a protest a few months ago about like no kink shaming pedophiles. Like Antifa actually
Oh.
promoted that.
Are you shitting me? Really?
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's-
Even
that's a
Hollywood
topic-
is
that's a
too.
topic
Even
for another
Hollywood.
day.
yeah, that's already gone too far.
Well, we know what Hollywood are.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We all know what they are. Actually, even the actors that came out that said their own stories about their bullshit they had.
Hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much all the time that we have for.
And
In
other
the
topics as
show?
well too, right?
Yeah, the news cycle was actually quite generous, only considering I found what
Yeah.
I needed to find. And all that said, any of you guys have any closing words? Just
Can I plug
one
my
at a time.
channel?
Lando?
Can I plug my channel?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you. YouTube.com/debaucheries incarnate. It's some edgy meme content, I'll tell you that.
Oh
Alright.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spicy stuff, my dudes.
All right. Anyone else? One at a time.
Well, I hope everyone has an awesome night, and I hope you like this podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And stay safe.
And indeed, if you do miss the show, we always have the audio version up, and now I have basically added Stitcher to the lineup of audio distributors so that you'll never have a shortage of platforms to find our show on, and that we can't easily be removed off the air.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Awesome.
And mind if I close out with a word from our sponsors?
Go ahead.
Wait, do we
Do
have sponsors?
svidanya!
Yeah, what's
I
sponsors?
was
What are
like-
you talking about?
No way this shit is sponsored.
No
You
way.
The
talking about
Kremlin!
you talking about the Russian hacking the election that supposedly got Trump elected.
Yeah.
Actually, at this
I was
stage, we might as well have to disguise ourselves as Russian mascots.
Suka bliet.
Yeah.
Да, я знаю. Очень интересные и красивые.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all the time we have
Gosh.
for. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you had fun listening to this as we did, just being on the air for you guys.
And shit posting.
This is
Yeah.
This is us all signing out. Until next time.
And stay
Do
safe.
svidanya!
Farewell.